Hello, and thanks for joining me again for a bit of reading. I was looking over some old video footage that I shot and saw that it was from January, first week of January of this year. So it's been a long time since I've done one of these because I never posted that one. But I've had a couple of requests to do some more of this. So I'm going to continue on with the same book that I was reading before, Roy L. Smith's Some Wild Notions I Have Known, published in 1927. All the little stories or whatnot in this book were originally published as magazine articles and then compiled into this book. So this is the second article, or chapter 2, or number 2, or however you want to say that. But there we go. All right. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. It all depends upon which bird is in the bush. Many have lost birds of paradise that were in the bush, trying to save two little English sparrows they held in their hand. The world owes some of its richest blessings and finest privileges to men who sacrificed the bird they held in their hands for better birds in the bush. Washington was one of the 3 richest men in America at the time of the Revolutionary War. His fields were tilled and fenced. His mansion was beautiful and commodious. He owned herds of stock and scores of slaves. Prudence would have kept him out of the war and saved his property, but the love of liberty drove him to high adventure in the name of freedom, and he staked his fortune and his life on the outcome of the struggle. When he won, we all won. Moses could have lived in Pharaoh's court in safety and probably succeeded to the Egyptian throne. He could have died and then become a good mummy. He preferred hardship with his own people to luxury with the loss of honor and self-respect, and in his daring, the whole world profited. Cyrus McCormick was growing as much grain as any man in his county, but he dreamed of a better way to harvest it, and, in spite of the persecutions and ridicule of his neighbors, gave 15 years to the realization of his dream. Today, thousands of acres of wheat are grown where 1 acre was grown before the grain reaper was invented. More people eat wheat bread today than ever before in history. It is so because Cyrus McCormick labored for 15 years to snare the bird in the bush. The Pilgrim Fathers could have made a good living in England or in Holland, but their dream of freedom drove them to America and hardships. In their adventure was laid the idealism and the foundation of the world's greatest republic. Jesus of Nazareth could have compromised with Rome. The imperial empire would have welcomed a leader with such power over the people. He could have had any honor or preferment that power could have given him, but he dreamed of a world redeemed from poverty, injustice, and slavery, and died for that dream, and his ideas persist. Cardinal Mercier could have kept his tongue in silence and accepted the authority of Germany, but instead he risked his life and defied the power of Teutonic arms and demanded justice, becoming, meanwhile, the most majestic figure of the war. Sometimes the bird we hold in our hand robs us of the wonderful birds in the bush which would be easily obtainable. It is an old fallacy that certain is preferable to the possible. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to reading to you again next time. All right. Bye now.